everyone, welcome. Do we still have some people online? I think we do. To our last session of the whole symposium, one I'm really excited about, no surprise, that we titled Rural Smartness. But I use rural in the same way that Simon used urban. Urban is not city and rural is not city, right? That said, putting some kind of meat around the flesh of what we mean by rurality or what rural is, I'm hoping we'll do through the process of this session. So to kick us off, we have some artists who are going to present their work. The first artist is Meg Wiessner, Bringing the Forest into the City, Digital Media Infrastructures, Mass Timber Architecture, and Restless Landscapes. It's a photographic installation. It's in the gallery and online, and it's beautiful and really moving. And I have to say, Meg, I felt implicated by the image, the juxtaposition of the harvesting and then the books and the books about environment, that bookshelf, because I'm someone who's obsessed with trees and I have books printed on trees about trees. And anyway, it had me thinking. So Meg, you introduce your photographs.
Hi, yeah, I also have felt myself implicated in that same way, so I understand that. So hi, everybody. It's good to see people at the end of a marathon couple of days. So what I've shared for the exhibition is a set of photographs taken last fall in Oregon and Washington for my dissertation research, which is on the reinvention of wood as a technologically advanced and climate smart material for the built environment. And this kind of mass timber construction using engineered wood panels or beams as structural alternatives to concrete and steel is becoming very popular in the Pacific Northwest for everything from upscale condo developments to corporate headquarters to infrastructural projects like bridges and the expansion of the Portland airport. And there's a lot of intersecting promises made about this material. So one, that digital prefabrication of wood panels offsite will allow for more efficient and accurate construction, which in turn can be better integrated into building information models and accelerate the quote productization of the built environment. That this will bring technologically advanced manufacturing back to rural communities. That as a renewable, again in quotes, material, timber will sequester carbon in both buildings and landscapes, and then that carbon can be accounted and tallied up to meet net zero targets, and that it can somehow redeem this extremely environmentally damaging industry, logging, as now part of virtuous and technologically sophisticated circular economies capable of confronting climate change. So this material means a lot of things to a lot of people, even though like every single one of those claims is contested in some way. So on my screen are just a couple images that are on display in the gallery and the online exhibition. And I'm not sure how well the image descriptions are viewable online. So I'm gonna also share a link to a document with those descriptions for a little bit more context. And that document also includes a more thorough land acknowledgement for the research, which I'll omit for now, to sharing that I'm calling in from the south side of Portland, Oregon, on the traditional land of the Kalapuya, Molalla, and Clackamas peoples. And I should also note that whatever futures are invoked in this entire industry that I'm studying, obviously all of this is taking place in relationship to the legacy of settler colonialism here and the logging industry. So as I said, these were taken during fieldwork last fall. I've been talking with architects, engineers, foresters, people running sawmills and CNC shops. And as a doctoral student, I'm more often in the mode of giving traditional panel presentations and working with text. But I jumped at the chance with this conference to take fieldwork photos seriously as a way of thinking about and communicating some of this work, and to use an additional aesthetic or sensory register to maybe convey a different sense of the stakes for these places. So I don't really have a single argument about what to make of all of this, but hopefully leaving it a little bit more open with these. But I can make a few comments about some of what I've been seeing and thinking about. One is this paradox of this very traditional material being reinvented as uniquely suited for digital fabrication on an industrial scale and being taken up by tech companies themselves. So Microsoft, Google, and Facebook all have mass timber projects. Sidewalk Labs, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but they're still sort of half promising to open a factory for prefabricated flat pack modular mass timber building units. And on that note, I've been thinking about the kind of recursivity of technology corporations getting involved in trying to mitigate their spatial and material impacts by doubling down on their existing proclivity towards monitoring and modeling and optimizing and tracking through these computationally intensive processes. And then just to close out by touching on something Orit Halpin mentioned on Wednesday in her talk, there's also a question for me about what she mentioned as the role between finance and necrophilia in the urban environment, and how there's a lot of effectively embracing our instrumentalization of different life forms. So in this case, that's trees. And I think the appeal of mass timber has everything to do with like life and trees and forests for the public. But on the industrial and commercial side, it's a lot about this seamless commercial integration between harvested timber and carbon accounting and digital architectural models and shop drawings. And it's quite a increasingly tightly knit industrial supply chain. So I'll leave it there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the talks and would love feedback if anyone wants to get in touch. That's my email. Thank you so much.